What are your goals for this summer? Maybe you want to spend more time in nature or spend more time in the water. Maybe you don't have any goals. You're just excited to soak up some sun and enjoy the warm weather. Well, if you're like that, then you're like me because I had no idea what I was going to do this summer. So I decided to sit down and brainstorm some ideas. My first batch of ideas seemed a little unrealistic, and I wanted to make some goals that I thought were attainable, so back to the drawing board on that one. Round 2, getting slightly more realistic, but still pretty difficult. Even if I met Phil, there's no guarantee he'd want to be my best friend forever, so scratching those ideas. Round 3, came up with some things that, are feasible, might be able to happen, but honestly, I think the second one requires months, if not years of therapy, and probably even longer for the first one, so not in love with it, scratching those ideas. After a while, I decided on 2 goals that seemed doable, but still a little bit ambitious. Making more content is something I really enjoy, so that one won't be too challenging, but playing a live stream might prove more difficult, so decided to come up with a comprehensive 3-step plan on how I'm going to get on a live stream. It's foolproof, and it's very complicated, so bear with me. Step 1, find a live stream, right? Just got to find one to get on. Step 2, get on the live stream. And step 3, this is the important one. I guess there's no step 3. But that still had me thinking, what stream could I get on, and what stream would be a good fit? The first that came to mind was Hustler Casino out in Los Angeles, but they play some pretty high nosebleed stakes that I'm definitely not bankrolled for, and I don't know why, but for some reason, I just felt like Hustler wouldn't be the best fit. Can't really put my finger on it. So that brings me back to square one, back to the drawing board, trying to come up with the solution to step 1 of my plan. And then it hit me. The Lodge Card Club. They have a great live stream, and better yet, I don't think that they've ever even had a poker vlogger on one of their streams. So with that in mind, I reached out to Skull Mike, who runs the games. So you know me, I played it cool. I emailed Skull Mike and was like, listen Mike, I'm going to be great for the game. Viewers are going to love me. The views in the stream are going to go through the roof, better than you've ever had before. So you got to have me on. And luckily for me, Skull Mike actually fan of the channel. So very nice guy. He says that they'd love to have me on the show and asks if I would entertain the 5-10 match the stack stream. Now in that game, everyone starts with $2,000 and then it becomes match the stack, meaning you can add on to match the biggest stack on the table. He suggests we bring up to $10,000 for this game. All right, let's go downstairs. Let's check our reserves and see how much we have. So we get out our secret wad of cash and we go upstairs, fan it out, and I don't know if you guys can count, but that's not quite $10,000. But then I remember I just paid a lot of taxes, so I'm pretty sure I'll be getting at least $10,000 in tax return, right? But when we check my refund, it's only $136. What do you mean 136? So I need a way to come up with some money, and I can think of no better way and easier way than for selling one of your kidneys. Apparently, according to Google, Selena Gomez will buy one of them for up to $10,000. Not quite sure what she does with it once she gets your kidney, but maybe need something I could do more regularly. So decided to look this up. Apparently you can get $1,500 per month for donating some sperm, but that still might not be enough in time. Just to be transparent, we're going to start with $2,000. We need $10,000 by June 17th. Why June 17th? Well, that's Barry Manilow's birthday. Really important day for me. You can see here over the last 3 months, I've made a little bit under $2,000 playing poker. But if I'm going to do this challenge just using poker, I'm going to need to 4x that. To break it down a little further, we need to make $8,000 in 60 days. That's $135 a day. That seems like a lot, but if I were working 40 hours a week, that would only be $16.88 an hour. So I'm starting to believe it might be doable, and even if it's not, we know we still have a backup plan to fall onto. This is the 2K to 10K Bankroll Challenge, episode number 1. I started week 1 off by doing some solver work, really looking for some leaks in my game and how to fix them. And it's been really beneficial to me because I registered my first live tournament and was able to make the final table and even end up with a cash in 7th place for $552. Afterwards, jumped into some of the cash games and did well there. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, so I'll show you this hand that I played later in the week where things didn't quite go our way. We peel pocket kings in the big blind. We're playing 1-2 with a $5 straddle on. We raise it up to 12 and the straddle is going to defend. The flop comes out 9-7-4 with a club draw on it. Do a quick check for the king of clubs. We don't have it, so we prefer to bet big on this flop. I actually wasn't sure how big we're meant to bet. I go for a size of 2/3. You can see the solver actually likes that size the least. They do like overbets here in this scenario, but instead we went for the 2/3. We quickly get called. Turn brings in the backdoor spade draw and pairs the board, the 7 of spades. The solver actually likes to check here as we have the blocker to the backdoor flush, or bet small. I decide to deviate from this and go a little bit bigger, trying to charge club draws. And pretty quickly, our opponent raises up to $100. Now, not in love with it. Definitely could be doing this with a draw, but kind of does feel like a 7 when he raises and raises so quickly. I think it's pretty premature to fold our hand at this point. You can see the solver here is calling 100%, so we do our best robot impression and we stick in the call, going off to a river. An important one, heads up, looking to see no clubs or spades. And it's a pretty good one. It's the Queen of Hearts. Now, I made a slight error here. You can see with the combo of kings that blocks both flush draws, the solver really likes a block bet here. But with our combo, which only blocks one of the flush draws, it's supposed to be a check 100. I misremember this in game, so I try and go for a block bet, trying to get calls from 9x. So we go pretty small. And pretty quickly, our opponent announces that he's all in for $220. So it's $170 more for us to call. I think he's capable. I stick it in. We get shown the bad news. Shouldn't really make a habit of be calling big river bets, but we do in this case, and we are wrong as he shows the turned trips. So this session, this night, took a pretty big hit to our week 1 totals. They're going to be coming up on the screen now. Week 1, we played 7 times. We had 6 winning sessions and 1 large losing sessions for a net profit on the week of $157. That's pretty close to what we should be making in a day if we're looking to accomplish this. But we knew going in that this challenge was going to be a pretty lofty goal. We're going to have to grind it out every day to try and make it happen. And even though it seems a little bit unrealistic, why not us? Thank you for watching.